with the apocalypse. Now, as I told you, I had to forego my barn thing and start working on the little projects just to have something to do. Well, you've seen me do several of those. Now I'm going to walk away from that for a while because we have a cold front moved in and we're going to have 3 or 4 days where it's going to be nice. So I want to start the barn thing. Okay. What I want to show you real quick though is, so a friend of ours came over to visit today and he's like, not that people begin to know that you're the junk queen, but my friend comes over and he says, Selena, I broke the blades off my fan. Do you have any fan blades? Well, I gave him the right one, but I pulled all these out to make sure that we had the right size for him. So, there you go. And then someday, it'll be like The Godfather. You will need something from me. I will need something from you, and I will come, and you will do it without question. Because I gave you fan blades. Okay, so one of the things that always happens when you go to do a project around here is what I like to call the but first, which is first you have to do all this other crap before you can even start to do the project. And on this barn project, you're about to see an entire list of but firsts. So, before I can even start on one of the but firsts, I have a whole list of other but firsts. So, I have to move the billy goat.
Yes, I just showed them.
But first, I have to put the dogs up. Okay, so the first trick we're going to do is we're going to get a handful of treats and try to get the dogs to go in. Let's see if they'll go in, or, true to animal kind, they're going to be assholes.
Well, since I'm here.
Yeah, right? Hey, doggies! Come on, doggies! Come on, doggies! Now, Maya usually listens pretty good, but as we know, Goldie, not so much. Goldie's big enough. Goldie does what Goldie wants to do, period. Now, come on. Oh, look here what I have. Oh, it's amazing. I have treats for you guys because you're such good doggies. Oh, come on, doggies. Come on, Goldie. Look here, Goldie. Come on.
Come on, girl.
Come
You
on,
look like a
Goldie.
pretty girl,
You're
yeah.
making it worse, not better. Come on, Goldie. Come on, Maya. Come on, Goldie. Come on, Maya. Oh, look at there. They're everywhere. There you go. You're going to get some over here. Go get them before Maya gets all of them. Goldie, you're so stupid. Goldie. Jeez. Okay, so that was the first but first. But of course, Goldie, that's not going to keep Goldie in. So in order to keep Goldie in, I have to, but first, I have to put this in front of the gate. Because otherwise, Goldie will be right out of there.
Aha.
And break the gate in the process.
Yes.
Okay, so now, in order to even think about going and getting that 250-pound billy goat to move from that yard all the way over there, I have to open this gate. Because here's what you don't want to do when you're dealing with a 250-pound billy goat. You don't want to have to stop to open a gate.
Right.
Because he's like a freight train.
Right. And you have to have the far gate opened as well.
Yes. Okay, so you can turn it off for a minute and follow me over. Okay, so we need to move him, but before I can move him, I've got to fill his watering trough. Because even though there's a huge pond over there, the asshole will die of thirst before he drinks out of the fucking pond because he wants to make me haul water. So we're gonna watch it. This is that fix I made with the hose thing and stuff. So what I have to do is turn it on and then kind of, you're getting too close.
I noticed that.
Okay, and then kind of figure out where it's gonna be so I can put the bucket there. I could use the hose, but this one's completely full, so.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Wow.
They're all full except that one.
That's true.
Well, this one's down to here. That one's full up to here. The two in ones are completely full. That one's half full. Come on, fill up, you bastard. There we go. Yes, I could run the hose all the way over to his thing, but that would be another fucking thing that I have to do. This is actually quicker
Yeah.
than hauling the hose back and forth. But as you can see, his pasture is completely full of plants about this tall. So
He'll be very
hopefully
happy.
He'll be over there. He'll be able to stay over there long enough for me to at least work on the barn for a while. But I'll only really get to work on it. I'll do all of this shit and then get to work on it for like 3 days. Okay, that's enough. Because like I said, it's not like there's not water in there. It's just that he does not like to drink it. Okay, you can turn that off. Watch out walking across.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to open this gate too. Because like I said, you don't want to have to deal with the 250-pound freaking goat while you're opening latches and stuff. This water is dirty. It has to be dumped out. And we have to give him fresh water. Now, he could drink out of this. It has a nipple. The water stays clear in it. It's full. Will he drink out of the nipple? No,
No.
he fucking won't. Because he's an asshole.
Oh, he's a goat.
He's the biggest asshole on this farm. And as you can see, can you pan around? Can you see the pond?
Yeah.
As you can see, the pond is full, mostly full.
Yep.
There's plenty of
But he
water.
wants to drink out of
He
that
won't
black-
drink that. He wants to drink out of that.
Yeah.
Okay, but I can't actually leave this open because the rooster's in there and he will immediately come out and fight with the rooster that's running around the yard.
Oh.
Because that's what they do.
So do you want me to follow you?
Now you can just turn it off forever.
Okay.
All right, so I have to open this gate. And once again, without letting chickens loose, because the chickens are in there, I have to unlock the gate. I have to do all of this because otherwise Goldie gets in here. She's a very bad dog. All right, so 250 pounds of goat fury. The best way for me to move him is like this.
I will shut the gate and I'll catch up. And she's almost got him there. You have to move quickly with a big goat. Okay, you're on.
And he's in.
Would not have worked if she
I don't
didn't.
know if she got the footage, but if you saw, literally if I walk along and let him eat the whole time, he just goes wherever I'm leading him. Then I'll put this right in his feed trough if he will let me. There you go. I put it down there, asshole. It's down there. You're gonna have to eat it. Gee, that was easy. All right, so am I done with the, but first, no. Now I have to go get my tractor and bring it over there because before I can work, I've got to mow that area. Because otherwise I'm going to be in grass up to here and I'm going to get chiggers. Nobody likes chiggers.
So now you're going to go mow.
So I'm going to go get the mower. And if you will meet me back over there, there's something else I have to do
Before you can mow.
Before I can mow.
Gotcha.
So, is it as easy as I just drive over and start mowing? No, because again, the chickens are out. So in order to keep the chickens from getting out and still be able to go into that pen and mow, I need to close this gate. Because if the chickens get in here, since the dogs aren't here, it doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
Most of the reasons that people don't start projects aren't because they don't want to work on that project. They very much want to work on that project. But when you're making do, even more so than if you're just starting a project and you've got the money to do it right. When you're making do, every freaking project starts with a whole list of, but first, I have to do this. This is all just a preliminary to even start working on the thing, which isn't actually building the barn. So, I'm gonna drive through here, she's gonna follow me, and I'll show you what else we have to do first. So that Lynn wouldn't have to walk in the chiggers in order to film. But she's gonna have to help me in a minute. Okay, see this cage? This is 2 cockerels that I'm raising for food. So what I'm doing with them, if you look at this, you can see where they've already eaten. So what I do is I move the cage to a new area, let them eat it down, and feed them, and then they're putting on weight on a couple of cups of food a day.
Yeah.
And the rest of it they're getting. So what Lynn's gonna help me do is help me pick this up and move it over to there. Normally I just do it myself, but she's here, so there you go.
Okay, I'm turning off.
No. All right, so before I can even start to build the new barn, I have to take the old one down. Now, in the picture, it probably looks like this old barn. It's not that bad. Why am I tearing it down? It's in horrible shape. Besides which, this area now floods. It didn't used to, but in the last 10 years, thanks to climate change, this barn now floods at least 3 and 4 times in the spring. That's not good. It means I have to put the does on the other thing and everything else. This is a better spring pasture than that one. My goats haven't been able to kid in this pasture now for 10 years. So it's one of those things. Okay, so the first thing I gotta do is I've gotta tear this apart. Now here's the thing. If I'm tearing apart something that somebody else built, it's usually not that big a deal. But I built this. And even though it is, what, 26, 27 years old,
yeah.
and even though it was initially built with trash, not that you can corrupt people quickly, but when I first started living with Lynn, she would no sooner think about dumpster diving or picking up trash than she would breathe. After a couple of years of living with me, she's driving home from work one day, and down at the end of the road there used to be a little general store, and they had a fireworks stand that they kept there, and every year they sold fireworks. Well, it got hit by a twister, and it went boom, it blew up. So Lynn's driving home, and she says something to them, and she says, yeah, guy's charging us X amount of money to come pick that up. He's supposed to pick it up in the next hour. And my wife says, I bet that Selena will haul that off for free just to have the lumber in the tent. So
the guy left.
So the guy laughed. He thought,
yeah, right. Okay,
yeah,
fine.
right.
If you can have it gone in an hour,
whatever.
it's free.
And he said, if you can have it gone in an hour, you can have it. So in an hour, I tore that apart and hauled it here, and that's what this barn is made out of. The only thing that's not made out of that is the front doors. And if you'll notice, they're in the worst shape. So there you go. That was new material. So there you go. Okay, so I will start by, and I will do the next film, I will show you how I'm going to take this apart.
That's awesome.
Okay, so thank you. Please subscribe. Please make your friends subscribe. Please don't make my old gnarly ass have to spend the rest of my life building with garbage.